episode of the social media scene. What do we have going on this week in the world of social media? Well, here's the thing. We got to talk about Facebook. Facebook and live streaming. For those of you that are live streaming on Facebook, we're getting some new tools as well as some other great features that we can use. Also, if you are a Facebook group admin or an administrator, you can now go shopping in your own group. I'll tell you more about that. Also today, definitely got to talk about LinkedIn. Are you a LinkedIn creator? Not just a member, but a LinkedIn creator, because only LinkedIn creators will get these new tools. So I'll tell you what those tools are. Also today, going to talk about YouTube. If you are uploading videos that have similar details week after week, day after day, YouTube has just made it easier for you to do. And I'll tell you more about that. All that and more is coming up next. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. How is everybody doing? Let's do one little simple thing here. Let's get this music out of the way here, and then we can get the show started. Happy Friday, happy Friday. Oh, I've got a lot of things in my screen I'm not even supposed to have, like my microphone. Y'all not supposed to see that. Let's get that out of here. And let's just do one little extra thing. Oh, well, while I'm doing that, let me introduce myself for those of you that happen to be new. I'm usually better at this. But I was rushing this morning. So you might see some things, hear some things that you usually would not. I am Alice Fuller, Principal Consultant at Sheer Social. Now, what in the world is Sheer Social? That is my social media marketing, training, and consulting business. And I work with some of everybody. Trust me, small businesses, large businesses, professionals, all that. And this is a social media scene. This is where I share with you every week what is going on in the world of social media. Now, I don't share every blessed thing because it's just sometimes too much to share, but I do try to tailor it down to how you use social media day to day, especially for business. And when I can, I add a little entertainment flavor to it. Why? Because in a minute, it's just all going to be media, people. Just media. As I say, week to week, there is a big convergence going on between what some would call traditional media and what some call social media or digital media. But at the end of the day, social and traditional, they're all going to be media in just a minute. Or as we say, content. That's it. So this week, what is going on in the world of social? Well, we're going to talk about Facebook, of course, but not anything negative this time. Nope, we're going to talk about some positive things with Facebook as it happens with live streaming. Live streaming is hot right now. I've been trying to tell y'all that for years, but some of y'all didn't want to listen. You're listening now, though. Yes, Facebook is giving us some new tools and features to play around with as live streamers. That's good. Also, if you are a Facebook group admin, new tools for you too around shopping. This is going to be interesting because if you play with this particular feature right, you can really monetize your group. So I'll tell you what that's about in just a second. Also today, definitely got to talk about LinkedIn because I know some of y'all are still sleeping on LinkedIn. I get it. I understand it. But you might want to go on over to LinkedIn and check out some of these new features because if you are a LinkedIn creator, I know you're like, Alice, what is that? I'll tell you in just a second. If you are a LinkedIn creator, then you can have access to LinkedIn Live. You can stream live. So I'm reading, and you can do some other interesting things too to help market your business if you are a LinkedIn creator. So I'll tell you more about that. And today with YouTube, If you are uploading videos and video details, specifically like the titles, the descriptions, and every time you do it, it's somewhat similar. Maybe same titles, similar things in the descriptions. Well, YouTube has made it simpler to do, and I'll tell you how. All of that is what we are going to talk about this day. But before I do that, let me just do a little check. Let me just do a little, I got to do a little check because this is take two. In my first effort, I was not streaming to Facebook, and I don't know why. I'm supposed to be streaming to Facebook. And it appears I am here today. Yay. Uh, so that's good. So let's go ahead and get the party started right. Let's get the party started quickly, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and get my clapboard in here. That's right, because it's not in the production unless have we mark the beginning of the production with the clapboard. So let's get started. Let's go ahead and jump right into Facebook because why not? So if you are on Facebook, and that's a lot of us, most of us, despite our complaints, we have not left Facebook yet. Now, we may be using it less, but we haven't totally left Facebook yet. Now, that said, Facebook recently announced a whole new set of features for LinkedIn Live. Now, this is for native use of Facebook Live. We'll get to LinkedIn in a second. So what do I mean by that? I'm talking about just coming into your Facebook account and using the native tools right there on Facebook. I'm doing something a little different because I'm coming to you through a third party, but you're watching this on Facebook. But these new tools will help do a lot of different things. One of which, monetization. Yep. You can do some guest chats and posts. And you can do some things with fan comments too that I find really, really interesting. So let's go over here to Facebook. And we're going to go over here to, well, technically, are we calling it Meta yet? Anybody calling it Meta yet? I mean, your mama called you Facebook. I'm going to call you Facebook. That's how I'm thinking of it. So when we start thinking about live streaming, let's go over here to the official news blog for Facebook. Here we go. Oh, got to straighten up my screen a little bit. There you go. So it says, as you see here, we're sharing news to make it easier to publish new content. Yay. Connect more deeply. Okay, that's all well and wonderful. Now, the part that's most interesting to me is this part. Okay, it says we've recently launched a new design for Facebook Live on desktop and mobile to make it easier for creators to go live. Okay, simplify the navigation. Cool. So you can access your insights and tools. Cool. That's good. Now I haven't used this too much at all because, like I said, I don't go live on my phone using my phone that often. Every blue moon I do it, but it's only usually because I'm in the middle of doing something else, and I just need to get on real quickly. Now, what else is going on? So it says we're also rolling out new Facebook Live features to make it easier to create and engage. All right, cool. We got featured links. Okay. It says one of the most requested feature we received in the past is the ability to add third-party links to live broadcasts. So now creators can share multiple links to things they care about. Okay. Beauty blogs and donations to causes you care about. You can add a featured link to your live broadcast, and viewers can visit these links without leaving the live video. Now that's key. They can visit without leaving the live video because, Facebook don't want you to leave. Let's see. We got polls. Previously only on desktop, we're testing a refresh polls experience on the mobile version of Facebook Live so creators can receive real-time feedback. Okay, cool. Live with. We're expanding the number of people you can co-broadcast with using live with on Facebook. Creators will soon be able to go live with up to 3 additional guests, opening up opportunities, okay, to go live with friends, yada, yada, yada. Okay, and then this thing, let's see, we're rolling out live in stories to make it easier for creators to get discovered at the top of the news feed. Okay, so you can share your live broadcast directly to Facebook stories. Now that's interesting. That's definitely interesting. Okay, and then we talked about badges. I talked about that not too long ago. We're clearly recognizing fans who support creators via stars, donations, and more. So a redesigned badge experience. I told you about that a couple of weeks ago. And front row, we're testing an experience that gives creators an easy way to know who their most devoted viewers are. These viewers will show up in a dedicated front row section of a live broadcast. Okay. And creators can give shout outs to those individuals that they recognize as their biggest fans. Big ups, Facebook. Okay. This is cool. This is what the featured links looks like. Okay, y'all see that there? And then you can see more. That's with the polls. Okay, cool. And then you can go live with up to 3 people. Okay. And then live in stories. Make it easier to get your live streams discovered. Okay. And I told you about the badges where when people give you money, they get a little badge by their name kind of thing. Told you about that. And the front row. That's interesting. So you'll get to know who your most devoted fans are. Okay, Facebook, I see you. I see you. This is interesting. But it seems to me you're trying to compete with what you own. Seems like you're trying to compete with Instagram Live to me. But for those people who are not on Instagram, I don't know who that would be as of yet. But maybe somebody is choosing Facebook, would rather go live on Facebook than Instagram, or at least now you have the option. You can go live on Instagram, and now with your mobile, you have more features that you can use in your mobile live streams as well as desktop. So technically, you can't really go wrong either way, is what it appears, you know? So explore that. And you know what? I'm going to give Facebook a little shine. I'm going to give them some applause only cause. Let's go ahead and do that. These are nice features. I gotta give it to them. All right, now that's enough because Facebook don't need any help in promoting itself. All right, so that's the first story of today. New tools for creators. Now, here's the thing. When we say creators, usually we are talking about influencers on Facebook. So, and usually that means you have a significant number of followers and things of that nature. So I don't know if this is literally for everybody because in this research it just says creators. It does not say you have to have so many followers or so many likes on a page or whatever, because we're not even talking about page likes anymore. It's all about followers. So there doesn't appear to be any limitation as to who will have access to these features. So test it out after you finish watching the show and let me know if indeed you have access to these new features that I've just laid out. I'm curious because I haven't even tested them myself yet. So let's move on to groups. Facebook group admins. Oh, happy day for you. And why do I say that? Because shopping, live shopping, shopping via social media is the thing. It is not just a trend anymore. It is not just a new headline. It is here and it is going to be here to stay. Okay. So when we start talking about new features for groups, Zuck and the whole team, they've been giving a lot of attention to groups for the last 3 to 4 years. Pages just been out there by their lonely. Just And why is that? Specifically because Zuck knows and the whole team knows there's a lot more engagement going on in groups than on pages. But that's by design. But that's a whole nother conversation. So if you are an admin of a group, you can now enable some monetization for your group through live shopping. This is hot. Yep. Shops in Facebook groups now exist. So you can do product recommendations in your groups. You can do live shopping in your groups. Of course, you have to, like I said, as a group admin, you will have to enable this. But this is pretty cool. So shops and groups enable people like you who are admins of a group to set up an online store on your associated Facebook page. I mean, but you should be, if you've got a group and you've got a page associated, okay, that's cool. If you set up a shop on that page, you can now bring some of that into your Facebook group that's associated with the page. But it's up to the admin where the money will go. I know you're like, so wait a minute. So Facebook groups can now incorporate Facebook shops. Yes. So where does that money go? It goes to the admin. The admin of the group decides, just like if you were doing Facebook shops and you were shopping on a page, the admin of that page decides where that money goes. And usually it's going to be right into their pocket or bank account. Same thing here. If there is a nonprofit element attached, then if you got it set up the way you're supposed to, it should go into the account for the nonprofit, not necessarily into your pockets as a group admin. But that's up to you how you want to do that. So according to Facebook's vice president of product management, the money goes to the group admin and they can decide how they want to use it. Okay. She says this is a great way for people to sustain and keep the group going. I agree. So if a user mentions a product that is listed in a Facebook shop, you can now tag it. If you're using in the group, you can now tag it in your comments as you're engaging in your groups. And then also top product recommendations from groups will now appear in your news feed. Yeah. So Facebook is going to put this new feature as far as groups and shopping in groups right where you can see it most. So if you are a member of a particular group, you'll now be able to see top recommendations in your feeds. I'm not mad about it because I've been telling y'all for months, and I do mean months now, that shopping, Facebook Live shopping, every social media platform is engaging in some sort of shopping. And in the last year, the live piece has been added. So everybody's got their own little QVC going on right now. So let's go over here to, we're going over to TechCrunch today. I probably should do it this way though, because they've got sponsored content on this page and I didn't think of that. John Brown. Let's do this. Here we go. We can do it this way, hopefully. Let's show you the page I want you to see. So as you can see here, launches shops and groups, live shopping for creators. So you see here, this is a 24/7 gamers lounge, and you see how the shops are featured right there within the group. You can view the product. Okay, cool. And of course, the purchase is going to be made right there within Facebook. So you're still not leaving Facebook, as you see. You can click the buy now if you want to. You see right there where the shop right there is listed right next to the announcements and rooms and all those other features that you have within your group. Okay. We see you. And then, as you see here, this is the recommendations that are going to appear. The top recommendations that are coming from the Facebook shops, especially within your groups, are now going to be in your feed. As you see here, don't miss the most talked about products and beauty groups. And then you can shop the guide. So there you have it. Facebook is taking great advantage of Facebook shops, as well as taking great advantage too of live shopping and e-commerce. That is a sign of the future, people. Not even a sign of the future. If you haven't figured it out, it's a sign of the present. This is where we are right now in social media. Every social media platform, even Pinterest, although Pinterest has already been in this game of allowing users to buy products through social media, probably technically before the rest of them. But at the end of the day, this is where we are, and it's the holiday season. So many of your platforms are going to figure out ways to do some holiday live shopping, or have a live stream specifically, right before we get into Christmas, and more products will be sold through the platform. I know Instagram is doing something like that right now. Certain days throughout the week, they'll go live, probably on the creator page somewhere, or profile on Instagram, and they'll sell various products from various creators, or through various creators. So that's where we are with the social media piece and live shopping. If you are interested in e-commerce at all, now is the time to take advantage of this. Okay. So let's move on to some other news that you can use, because there's more to talk about than just Facebook. All right. So let's move on to the LinkedIn. I've been telling y'all to stop sleeping on LinkedIn, but y'all won't but y'all won't listen to me. You've been trying to tell you. Yes, LinkedIn sometimes feels like it's your granddaddy's social media. I understand that. However, granddaddy got money and opportunities. So I'm gonna need you, especially for those of you that are now looking for your next career endeavor, looking for work, whatever you are doing, work and career wise. Now is not the time to overlook LinkedIn. Okay, not at all. So, that said, LinkedIn, like the other platforms, they want to keep the people that bring the party to LinkedIn, to keep, those individuals that bring and attract more people to LinkedIn, keep the engagement going. They want to keep them on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn now is getting into influencer, creator. Technically, they've been doing that a little while, but they just called it something different. I forgot what they were calling it years ago. But they're beginning to give some shine to those people that they deem quote unquote creators or influencers. But here's the difference. On LinkedIn, you're known as a member. Anybody who's a user is a member. Okay, cool. Now, when it comes down to LinkedIn creators, almost anybody can be a creator. It's just a matter of flipping a button on your profile to let LinkedIn know that you want to be considered a LinkedIn creator. Easy peasy. And if I can remember how to do it, because I've already set it on my profile months ago, because LinkedIn introduced creator profiles, which I told you about months ago. But it's nothing that pops out immediately when you first visit your LinkedIn profile. So let's go over here to LinkedIn and see what they are talking about. When we start talking about live streaming, I've applied for LinkedIn Live. I don't know how many times. I've applied for LinkedIn Live at least 4 or 5 times, and I never got it. And I may have it now, and I just don't know. But at this point, as it says here, creator mode now offers access to LinkedIn Live and newsletters. Okay. It says, as you see here, starting this month, we'll gradually be rolling out access to members with creator mode. So that includes live video. Okay, cool. You can create a newsletter. As a newsletter author, you can regularly distribute content on a topic you're passionate about and ensure your content is seen with automated email and in-app notifications. I know you're wondering, now wait a minute. Uh, Let me go back to me quickly here. Hold on. I know you're probably thinking, wait a minute. LinkedIn publishing. So when I publish an article on LinkedIn, isn't this the same thing? No, this is not the same thing. This is not the same thing specifically because when you use LinkedIn publishing, you're just publishing one article. It's a one-off. That's pretty much it. You publish it, it's there on your profile, people can read it, distribute it, whatever. A newsletter is different. A newsletter generally is when you have a catalog of content that you want to distribute on a weekly, monthly, or whatever basis. That's what sets this apart. Usually with a newsletter, you're going to plan that out if you do it right. You're going to plan that out, and every week, 2 weeks, month, or whatever, you're going to have something of value to provide in that newsletter to your audience. In this particular case, LinkedIn is saying, hey, if you've got creator mode enabled, not only can you create your newsletter, but we will help you promote it by sending out emails to individuals who are following you to let them know that a new newsletter is available. Okay, LinkedIn, you know what? I'm going to give you some applause too. Yeah. I'm going to take that, LinkedIn. I'm going to give you that. But don't get the big head because you could have given me LinkedIn Live access the first couple of times I applied. So I'm still mad at you, LinkedIn. So let's go back over here to see what else they have to talk about. So then you got Get Discovered. Creator mode helps potential followers find you and your content across LinkedIn. With creator mode on, you're eligible to be featured as a suggested creator to follow. Once again, feeding into people's egos is a great way to keep people around, I guess. It says too, if you already have access to live video newsletters, this update won't affect you. Cool. Don't have creator mode yet? Turn it on. Let's see, where does this go? I'm going to click this. I don't even know where I'm going, but we'll see in a second. Okay. So, creator mode, this is just, I think this is my profile. Yeah, this is on my profile. So, you go into your settings on your LinkedIn profile and you just turn the creator mode on. As you're editing your profile, there's a section. And that creator mode, you got to flip this little button on, and then you put in the topics that you want to be known for, and then you hit done, and then that's it. That's how you flip on the creator mode. Okay, easy peasy. And as you saw, it didn't ask you for a whole lot of extra. How many followers you got, what are you doing this? Nope, didn't ask for none of that, which is great. Now, the other thing we want to look at, hold on, before I leave LinkedIn, let's go back here. As you see here, this is with the newsletter. I need to make that a little bigger, if at all possible, so we can really see this. Hold on. Let me go back to me. And let's see if I can make this a little bigger for you. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. As you can see here, let's scroll a little bit. Okay, so as you see here, in this example, Kira Oliver. Okay, cool. She's got her creator mode off. You see that too. She has to turn that on. And then grow your audience with creator mode. Okay. Then I just showed you my example on my profile. Tell us what you post about. And then that's how you turn on your creator mode. Boom. That's it. Easy peasy, people. Easy peasy. So anybody can be a creator on LinkedIn. If you don't have creator mode on, I mean, you can still use LinkedIn as you normally would, but once you turn creator mode on, you're getting access to LinkedIn Live, according to LinkedIn, and LinkedIn newsletters. So, those are the two things you want to take advantage of. You got to turn on creator mode because it is not done for you by default at all. Okay? So, just keep that in mind. Now, also, I probably should mention that, like I said before, LinkedIn now has a creator accelerator program, $25 million accelerator program. And that's to incentivize thought leaders, to bolster their presence, to really, really, really use uh, LinkedIn. And I told you about this months ago. So let me see if they're still taking applications. Let's see. Are they still taking applications? The Creator Accelerator. Let's see. They might still be. Upcoming events. Okay, I don't see any information here that says they are not. It says you can sign up. What can people still apply here? You'll be able to apply here. Let me show you this. Let's get rid of this screen here and that one. Don't need that anymore. Look at this. Check this out. So I'm going to get my screen together here. So create, okay, accelerator programs. So the first class is already in, okay? So I don't think you can apply for 2021. But when they open this puppy up for 2022, you can apply, okay? Because they're going to do it again, I'm sure. So there's the information that you need there. All right. All right, so let's move on to, because there's more news to talk about. That's LinkedIn. Let's move on to YouTube. Now, for those of you who are using YouTube pretty regularly, not just every blue moon. For those of us who are posting or uploading is a better word to say. If you are uploading videos to YouTube and say you got a series that you're doing or a show, right? And every time you upload your video, you already know the title is going to be the same for everyone. You might have some other data or some other information that never changes from video to video to video. Well, now, thanks to this new thing that YouTube has done, they've decided, you know what, we're going to make that easier for you as a content creator. Yay, about to make my life a lot easier for myself and for clients too. So what they're decided to do is when you are uploading your videos to YouTube, especially those uploads, where, like I said, your process is pretty much the same every time you do it. You will now be able to reuse the video title, video description, language settings, shorts sampling permissions if you're using shorts at all. For those of you that are not familiar with YouTube Shorts, it's just a TikTok version for YouTube, and your category selections. Those things that typically do not change when you're uploading, especially if you're uploading your shows to YouTube. They've now made that a lot simpler, so you can that information can now be re-uploaded every time within YouTube without having you manually do it. So let's hear directly from YouTube on this. Let me set this up real pretty like. Okay. Okay, let me do this. Let's go over here to the browser. I know y'all are like, she all over the place. It may appear that way, but it's okay.
It's a launch that will allow you to reuse details from previous uploads. We're really excited to announce the ability to reuse details from previous uploads for new uploads within the upload flow on desktop. For example, titles or descriptions. What we're hoping is that this will save you time because of the fact that you won't have to recreate settings within the upload flow or recreate the same kind of metadata that you've used on previous videos. You can also copy and make edits to the metadata, for example, in the title and description if you'd like. Now, while you already have upload defaults, this is different because it allows you to reuse different versions rather than have one set template. As ever, if you have feedback for us, leave it in the comments below. Next up, let's discuss a launch specific to memberships.
Nope, let's not. We're not talking about that today. Okay, so that's huge. That should save you as a content creator a lot of time. Because at the end of the day, video, although technically we've been saying this for years, but video at this point is going to be the mainstay. It's going to be the cornbread on the table as far as social media is going to be concerned. Every platform is pushing some form of video, whether it be short form video or a little longer form video like on YouTube. But even YouTube is pushing short form video through YouTube Shorts. So that's what you got to do, people, if you want to get the favor of the algorithms and things of that nature on each platform. You got to do what the algorithms favor. And keep in mind what your audience favors too. So you got to figure out what that balance is, creating content for your audience, but also creating content that satisfies what the algorithms are favoring at that particular moment. Thus is the life of a social media manager and or content creator and whoever else is producing content. All right, so that's it. That's a wrap, people. That's it. That's it. You know what? I was so busy pushing buttons that I forgot to open up my comments window today. I got a lot going on. Signs of a distracted mind. Hold on. Let me get my windows up. Anybody? Oh, hey people. I didn't see y'all over there. Hey Curtis. Curtis says he's in bed taking a mini break. Okay. Hey Pat. Hey Ann. How are you? Is that Ann Barrett? Hi. From YouTube. I missed you. Hi, Ann. Thank you for tuning in. So, oh, well, thank you. She says, thanks for the great insights. Well, thank you. Thank you for watching. Now you're, wait a minute. Is that two different people? Hold up. That's that's Ann Barrett. And this is Ann Bush. Am I saying your name right? Ann? I think so. If I'm not, I apologize. Patricia, you says I talked up tomorrow's. Oh, okay. So Patricia's talking about my event. Thank you for that, Pat. Because I forgot I was getting ready to fade black and roll credits on this show. Okay, for those of you that are interested in misinformation, disinformation, and how it impacts media, how it impacts news and information regarding vaccines, COVIDs, medicines, and how it impacts elections. Okay, I am inviting you to an event, yes, that I'm producing called Facebook. No, it's not called Facebook. I'm too distracted. It's called Fake News, Real Problems. How to spot misinformation. That is what it is called. Oh, hold on. Stop. I'm trying to do too many things. Okay. So now what I'm doing is localized, but that does not mean just because it's a local, we're talking about this locally, that it doesn't apply to wherever you may be in the country, because misinformation and disinformation, fake news, is technically a global issue. But we're going to talk about it locally here in the state of North Carolina with media professionals, as well as some individuals, community leaders in the areas of medicine and in the area of state elections. So if you want to register, you can go over here and I'll share the website with you right here. There we go. So if you want to register, here it is. It is National Association of Black Journalists, which I'm a part of locally, and the North Carolina Local News Workshop. We are partnering together to do this event Saturday morning, from 10 a.m. to noon. And we will first do a panel discussion. As you see here, we've got a news anchor, Rod Carter, someone from one of the major print news organizations, the News and Observer, the managing editor, Sharif Durhams, and Tamara Scott. She's a reporter for ABC 11. And we've got the executive director from the North Carolina Board of, I almost said education. That is not right. The North Carolina Board of Elections, Karen Bell and Dr. Delon Canterbury. And he'll be talking about misinformation as it relates to COVID vaccines and things of that nature. And the North Carolina Local News Workshop, this is an organization that is founded or funded through Elon University. And these individuals, they do workshops similar to this on a somewhat regular basis, which is why they were invited to partner with us on this particular event. So come one, come all. If you have any interest at all in the problem of fake news, problem of disinformation, and any other thing as it relates to how information is being used and abused via social media. Now, if you want this link, I'll put it in the comments on here in the comments and reactions section here. Or what I might have to do is, I might have to go to every platform where I'm streaming. Or what I could do, I really would try creating a title. Let's try this. You know what? I'm live. Let's try this. I probably shouldn't. I'm not going to do that. I'm scared to do it because at the end of the day, this should be a title that I could just bring up and I could share with you the URL. But instead, I'm going to go back to the browser. I'm going to be lazy about it. I'm going to go back to the browser. Oh, let's go back over here and let's see. Can you see my browser yet? There we go. See up here? This is what you need right here. nabjrdu.com/misinfo-workshop. There you go. That's what it is. That's what it is. So sign up, and then you'll get the link, and I'll see you Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Ooh, and I will do everything in my power to start on time because I don't like to be late for productions at all. So, and then I will do the panel first, and right around 11 o'clock, we'll do the workshop. So the panel will be about 30 or so minutes, and we'll do a Q&A after the panel. And then at 11 o'clock, we will head right into the workshop with the North Carolina Local News Workshop. And in the workshops, you'll get some tools and resources to help you spot misinformation and fake news and things of that nature. Because I think a lot of us, we're so quick to share information sometimes that we don't really look at the information that we're sharing, because the headline and everything looked okay. It looked right. It sounded right. All the subject and verb agreed and everything. And we just shared it without really reading the story, without really seeing if anybody else is talking about this story. So the workshops portion, because we're going to do breakout rooms, of course, the workshop portion of Saturday's event will really delve a little deeper into how to spot fake news and things of that nature. The panel, we're going to just talk. We're going to raise some questions about what media should be doing or is doing. And we'll also talk about what doctors, people in the medical professions, as well as elections, because the State Board of Elections, especially if you are here in the state of North Carolina and some other places where there are big issues around elections and voter registration and all that drama, and misinformation feeds right into that more often than not, then yeah, please join us this Saturday and go ahead and register. And I'll see you. Well, technically, you won't see me. The goal is for me not to be seen. My mug will not be seen. I'll be working behind the scenes pushing buttons. That's my job for Saturday. So that's it, people. That's a wrap. And as usual, because I was rushing this morning, I do not have my my clapboard. Is it close by? This is a shame and a travesty. I must do better in my pre-production. But here it is. You need a clapboard, John Brown. Here's one right here. Here you go. Just use this one. We'll just use this one because it's here. And see that little clapboard right there? There you go. So that's it. So have a good weekend, people. I'm out. If you have questions or anything about the show, if there's a social media related question that you have, please feel free to put it in the comments. I'll get notified. I will respond to it. If there's something you want me to talk about on the social media scene as it relates to social media, tell me that too. If you think you want to be a guest, you're a fellow social media manager, content creator, or something of that nature, podcaster, whatever it is you do, and you want to be a guest on the social media scene, let me know that too. We can chit chat. There is room. So that's it. I'm out. Have a good weekend, and people, please be safe out here in these streets. And if I don't, yeah, I'll see you next week, because we still got a couple of weeks before Christmas, right? At least a week or two. Yeah. So I will see you again next week. Bye-bye.